What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Predict the Prem, where me and my brother go head-to-head in Premier League predictions. As you can see right now, the scores at the moment are 115 to Simeon, 101 to me. Simeon is winning, as you can see by his smug smile on his face, but there are a lot of points to play for. And let me just remind you how the points work. It's 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result, and both teams to score 1 point for a correct result. And then there is a star man where we pick one man each week, and it's 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist. So let's get straight into it, and let's start off with Arsenal against Aston Villa tonight.
We've both gone for 2-1, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly the same scoreline, 2-1 to Aston Villa. And if that does happen tonight, I'll be a happy boy.
Definitely. I just think Villa hopefully will want a reaction to their 2 defeats on the trot, despite even though they lost 2 on the trot, it wasn't the worst performances. You know, they were in the game for large parts against Spurs, although Spurs at the end deserved the win, and then they were 2-0 up against Wolves and then lost it in the last 10 minutes, 3-2. So they'll be very angry with that, and they'll want a reaction in this game. Arsenal obviously saved them. They won the league with the last minute equaliser against Palace, so they're going to be buoyant.
The shameless Gooners strike again.
Yeah. So I think they're going to also think maybe that they think the point was better than it was, because they got very lucky in that game to have got the point. So I think Villa, I got a feeling they're going to shade it with Watkins and Ings up front. I think Arsenal are going to really struggle to contain them, and John McGinn in the centre.
He's been
I think we in the beginning of the game we struggled against Villa, and we grew into it and we ended up winning. I think if they play like that against Arsenal, Arsenal will struggle more than we did.
You never know, Arsenal could have a great 8 minutes again. And
oh yeah, what an 8 minutes, he said. Of those 8 minutes, we were just so good, he said, but we just couldn't keep it up. It's like, mate, 8 minutes. But anyway, I've gone for 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 Villa.
Yeah, so have I. But guys, keep up to date in the chat. I want to know your predictions as well. So let me know what you think is going to happen between Arsenal and Aston Villa tonight. Let's move over to the Saturday games. The early kickoff is Chelsea against Norwich, and we've gone exactly the same again. 2-0 to Chelsea.
2-0. Yep. No Werner, no Lukaku, but I still expect Chelsea to roll over Norwich in this one. Norwich, unfortunately, they just don't have the quality at the moment competing against these Premier League sides. I can't see. I don't know where a win's coming from at this point for Norwich, let alone, or even a goal. If they scored yet this season, maybe one against Leicester.
Norwich. I think they have scored a few, yeah.
So I think it's going to be so difficult. I think Chelsea will find a couple bits of quality, whether it be Ziyech or Havertz or Mount. They still got bags of ability. I just don't think they've got that ruthlessness at the moment to win this game 3-4-0. But I think they'll win it by 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think that without Lukaku, without Timo Werner, I think they are going to be struggling up front for goals. But against the Norwich side, I don't have any... they're definitely going to win this game, and I think by 2 now. I think anything more than that is a bit of a stretch without their players up front. So let's move on to Crystal Palace against Newcastle. You've gone 2-1, I've gone 3-1. For me, the reason why I've gone 3-1 is because they've been struggling. They've been playing really well, Palace, right? But they've been kind of getting really bad hands. Last minute goal against Brighton, last minute goal against Arsenal, and a few other results where they really...
Yeah, Spurs only win this season.
I know, it's mad when you think about it. We've only won one game, which was against us.
3-0.
And I think that in this game, I really think that they know they need to put Newcastle with the sword. They need to get that 2-goal cushion, so they're not, like, in the last few minutes really struggling, really worrying about that goal, and that anxiety to kick in and all that kind of stuff. So I think that they'll go 3-0 up, and I think Newcastle will get one back. But yeah, I think it'll be a comfortable win for Palace this weekend.
Well, Newcastle got the no manager bounce now without Steve Bruce, so I think in a way it might lift the Newcastle fans even more with Steve Bruce now, because they're clearly very happy about that. I think Newcastle will put in a performance and they'll try and get into this game, but I think Palace will be too good for them. I think Palace have been brilliant so far in the last few games in terms of, I know results-wise not been great, but performance-wise they've been playing so well. I don't know if Zaha is back or not, but either way, I think they've got the superior quality, and I think they'll just shade it 2-1.
I think it's just a matter of time until Palace start getting proper points on the board, to be honest. I think they look like a really solid outfit this year. They really do.
They do, and they got the players as well. As I was saying, Olise,
Olise
Zaha, Edouard, and then Benteke seems to be getting back to his best as well.
That performance against Arsenal was out Zaha.
Yeah, no, Zaha, Conor Gallagher's been brilliant, and also Eze is to come back. And when Eze
is he
goes
back? Is he?
He's to come back. He's still a few months away, but when he does come back, mate, they've got some serious attacking options.
Yeah, so 2-1, Sim's going 2-1, I'm going 3-1. Let me know yours in the comment section. Everton, Watford, we've gone for the exact same scoreline again, 2-1. I mean, Everton, sometimes when they play these kind of teams at home, they do kind of come unstuck, but not against Watford. They usually do beat Watford. Ranieri with his second game in charge, I think they can get a goal after that disastrous performance against Liverpool, but I think Everton will just have a bit too much for Watford in this one.
Yeah, I think they'll shade it. I think Watford, obviously, second game under Ranieri, they're going to try and, I think, start putting in a performance for him, because they need to. After 5-0 in his first game, you're like, oh God, how bad can they get? But I reckon they'll sharpen this one, but I don't think it'll be enough to get a point. Unfortunately, I think Everton with Richarlison back will just be too good, and it's going to be 2-1.
All right. So very similar scorelines from me and my brother so far. Let's move over to Leeds against Wolves. I've gone for 1-0 to Wolves.
I've gone for 1-1. I'm going for Leeds to sneak a point in this one. It's been a very bad start for Leeds, hasn't it, so far? But I just think that I know Wolves playing well at the moment, but I just feel like they're still not very clinical, despite the fact they won 3-2 away at Villa last time out in what was a last-minute winner. I just think Leeds will have enough in them in the tank to get a point in this one.
I mean, I think that I've been really impressed with Wolves, even when they weren't getting results this season. I think that Bruno Laga's got them playing well. Recently, Raul Jimenez has really come to the party as well. So I got a feeling that Wolves will win. But the problem is with Leeds, I think they can turn up on their day. They really can. Just this season, for me, they seem to be suffering from second season syndrome. So I think at some point they will come good this season, but at the moment they're not playing well. So I'm going for a Wolves 1-0 win. Let's move over to Southampton against Burnley. I've gone 0-0.
0-0. Another 0. You've gone 0-0. I've gone Southampton to shade it 1-0. I've gone for them to get a goal, and I've gone for them to just about win the game against Burnley. I think Southampton got their first win against Leeds last time out. That'll give them confidence. And I think as well, they've got some impressive results already this season. So some good, impressive draws. So I think they're playing better than people give them credit for. So I think they're just going to shade it 1-0 under Hasenhüttl, and they'll go on from that, yeah.
Yeah, I think with Southampton, I think they really kind of raise their game when they play the bigger teams. But I'm not sure if they got the mentality to play these smaller teams. I think Burnley are going to come and set up to frustrate, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I was even flirting with a 1-0 Burnley win because I've been impressed with Burnley the last couple of weeks. But I've gone for 0-0. I think it's going to be a very boring game, very frustrating game for Southampton, and them to share the spoils of one apiece. The last game, 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday, Brighton against Man City, and Sim has finally predicted Brighton to lose a game.
I know. I think it might be the first time this season I predicted them to lose, but when you come up against them IFC, it's hard to predict anything else. But I think I've gone for a slender 1-0. I think it's going to be a tight game. Both teams like to keep the ball and play possession-based football. Both teams very good at pressing, and both teams have a very solid defence. So I think it's going to be a tight one, but I think City's superior quality will just about shine through, and I get back them to get a 1-0 win. I don't think it's going to be a very open game, actually.
It's interesting because I think there could be quite a few goals in this one. I know so far for Brighton games there haven't been that many goals. The Man City game as well. I mean, they've been quite solid in defence. But I think Brighton at home, with the home fans there, I think they could definitely get a goal. But I think Man City do have that superior quality and will end up winning the game. I mean, I can even see a 1-1 in this game, to be honest. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion that Man City definitely win this game, especially at home at the Amex. So I am going to go for a Man City win 2-1, but don't be surprised if this one is a draw. I mean, cast your mind back to last season, Brighton-Man City. The game finished 3-2 to Man City, didn't it? A very good game. So I think this game can throw up goals, but we'll see what happens with that one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But let's move over to Sunday, and let's go to Brentford against Leicester. I've gone for 3-2 to Brentford.
3-2, I've gone 3-1. Bit more of a gap, but similar result again. I just think Brentford, the way they're playing at the moment, Leicester coming back from Russia in midweek. I know they scored 4 goals, but they're still conceding quite a lot, and even against Man United, still conceded 2 goals despite scoring 4. And I think the way Brentford are playing with their intense pressure, the way I've never seen their team pen Chelsea in like they did on last week. And if it wasn't for heroics from Mendy, it would have easily been a Brentford win. So I think Brentford will get on top on this one, and I think with the crowd behind them, they're going to shade it 3-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game of football for the neutral, that's for sure. I think Brentford are like that team this year that everyone just enjoys watching play. They've been involved in really good games of football this season. They haven't kind of got over the line against a big team so far this season. But I think that this game against Leicester is going to be the one. And I think that when you assess Leicester this season, they haven't been that great, but they did put in a really good performance last week against Manchester United, scored 4 goals, backed that up in the Europa League, scored 4 goals again. And I think the Europa League game was on a Wednesday night as well, so it gives them that 1 day extra rest as opposed to a Thursday night. So I think they'll do well for it. And I think Leicester will get a few goals. Patson Daka obviously scored 4 goals in midweek. Jamie Vardy, top goal scorer in the Premier League so far this season. So I could definitely see Leicester getting a couple of goals, but I think Brentford are just going to be a bit too good with the home fans behind them in this one. So I've gone for 3-2 to Brentford. West Ham against Spurs, exactly the same scoreline, 2-1 to Spurs.
No bias there.
No bias at all. No wishful thinking at all. Just easy does it. 2-1 win to Spurs.
Yeah, I think Spurs are going to shade this one. I think just about with hopefully we will have it will benefit us having left a lot of our first team players at home. I'm hoping that it'll mean we're fresh and we're firing. And I really believe man for man we have a bit of a better starting 11 than West Ham. West Ham obviously going to be confident. They're going to think they can turn us over, but we got to prove why we have the superior players and what that means, what it counts for. So I'm going for Spurs to shade it 2-1.
All right. And the last game of the weekend, the big game up in the north, which is Manchester United against Liverpool. And we've gone for the exact same scoreline again this week. Unbelievable how many same
Half
scorelines we've gone for this week. But to be honest, the same scoreline is better for you than it is for me.
It is.
But yeah, 3-1 to Liverpool at Old Trafford. So yeah, what's your thinking?
Yeah, I just think I know Man United can throw up a surprise in these kind of games, but with Ronaldo up front, they don't quite have that intense pressing maybe to stop Liverpool from playing out the back. Liverpool obviously in great form at the moment, scoring goals for fun. I think United are going to find it very hard at the moment the way they're defending to stop Liverpool from scoring, and I think they might get 1 goal on the break, but I can't see Man United getting a result in this game, unfortunately for them. I think if they were maybe to play Rashford up front with Greenwood and Sancho maybe in a front three without, if they were to drop Ronaldo, they would have a better chance of this game, in my opinion. Basically, that's what I would say in this kind of game. But
can you drop Ronaldo?
That's the thing. Can you drop Ronaldo?
Is Oli strong enough to drop Ronaldo?
Oh, I would. Not because I don't think Ronaldo benefits their team overall. I just think in this game against a Liverpool side who are so intense, who are always moving around, making you move, you need everyone closing people down. You need everyone on point with pace. Ronaldo just doesn't quite suit that, I feel. But if they were to have Rashford or something up front, they might get a more draw in the breakaway than they would. If
you drop Ronaldo for Liverpool at home, that's a massive sign, isn't it? That Ronaldo's clearly on a massive decline.
Potentially. But I think that's what needs to happen. I think if they're to get a result, if they're to more chance of getting a result, I don't think it necessarily helps them that much offensively, but defensively is where it really helps them. Otherwise, I think they're just going to get opened up.
And with no Varane, Lindelof not looking great, I can really see Liverpool taking United to the edge.
Salah 9 games in a row. Can he make it 10?
He can. And that brings us on nicely, actually, to our star men. I've gone for Mo Salah. You've gone for Edouard.
Odison Edouard. I have Newcastle at home. I've backed him to score a goal. Why not? He can do it. I think Edouard. I've gone for Palace to get 2 goals, and maybe he can get a brace.
It's interesting how you've gone for Palace to get 2 goals, you've gone for Edouard, but you went for Liverpool to get 3 goals and didn't go for Salah.
Yeah, because maybe Liverpool more likely to share the goals around than Palace.
Maybe. It's interesting. I've gone for Mo Salah. I mean, the guy is absolutely on firing form at the moment. If he doesn't get a goal, he'll get an assist. I mean, the guy is just absolutely unplayable at the moment. He is literally Messi-like at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think he's the best player in world football right now. And the football he is producing is absolutely jaw-dropping. It really is. And I don't say that lightly about a player that doesn't play in the Lily White. So I think that I've gone for Mo Salah. I've gone for 3 goals to United, and I think Mo Salah can definitely get 1, if not more than 1. So my star man, Salah. His star man is Odsonne Edouard. Let me know in the comment section below who you think your star man should be this weekend. That is our Predict the Prem. Scores on the doors are 115 to Sim, 101 to me. Let's see who comes on top this week. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to come on top this week. Is it going to be me or is it going to be Sim? And also let me know your predictions in the comment section below. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.